So a couple videos passed on this channel, and almost exactly 2 months ago, I posted a video called From Worried to Success, my 2024 Crested Gecko breeding pairs. And in that video, I talked about how I was worried about this gecko, and you can watch the whole video for the entire story. I don't need to fully recap it here, but basically the story is exactly that. I was worried, and then I had a confirmed lock between these two geckos, and I thought it was success, but obviously we don't know if it's success or not until we get eggs that are fertile or not fertile, or no eggs at all for that matter. And I'm happy to say today, and this is just the only teaser that you're going to get here, is that I now have 4 fertile eggs from this pairing. And don't worry, there's tape covering the holes on the side of this deli container. That's all I had at the time. But yeah, so I waited a month after the confirmed lock, or just checking like we do on our geckos, looking in, and I just happened to look in there the one day after about a month and saw my female lily white digging in the ground, or she was like down on the ground, very clearly doing something. Like, well, hopefully that means she's laying some eggs. And then the next day, after I saw that the indent in the ground was no longer an indent and she was back up higher in the enclosure, I was like, well, I guess I should probably check for some eggs. And that is exactly what I did, digging down into the substrate, and I found these 2 perfectly white, perfectly formed eggs from this girl. And so obviously me being super, super excited, being that these are the first eggs that I have gotten to take out of an enclosure myself since 2016. And I'm just really excited about it. So I dug down in there, got them out of there, and I did it one at a time, obviously. Candled the first one. Looked fertile to me with the donut that everybody talks about, or the Cheerio in the egg, and you could clearly see it. Cleaned it up, put it into this container right here with the Pangea hatching or incubation medium. It's the clay incubating medium. It's worked for me, and it's honestly the exact same one that I bought. I bought 2 pounds of it back in like 2015, 2016. It's the exact same one. I just got really, really hot, boiling hot water, put it in there, let it sit, and then drained it out just like you're supposed to. Put the eggs into the container, labeled the top of it with the date, and that was that. So it was my first Crested Gecko eggs since 8 years ago, which is really, really exciting. And to go from being like super worried about a gecko to her making a perfect, complete turnaround and then laying 2 perfect, healthy looking eggs that are fertile, it's very, very exciting and, I don't know, motivating for my first season back since 2016. And honestly, even back then, I didn't do it to sell any babies. I never sold any babies. I gave one away, and I still have 2 of the others, and that was kind of it. It was fun for me, and I never really cared to try and sell them. But now we're at a point where I'll have these babies, and I will probably sell most of them at this point whenever they hatch and are growing out big enough. But here we are today, another month after the first eggs came out, and I saw the female once again down in the enclosure in the dirt halfway last night. And I was like, well, I hope she's laying those eggs, because it's been a month in a day exactly. Then this morning, I see that it's, covered up again, and I dig down in there, and there they are. 2 more healthy looking eggs. These 2 had a little bit of like brown on them. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but otherwise they look perfectly healthy. And one thing that I thought was interesting or funny about yesterday, seeing her down there and then seeing where the eggs were at, is that I have a little coconut hide in there, and it looks like she went into that hide and dug down underneath of it and then came out the other side. And then where the eggs were actually at, whenever I dug them up, as you're seeing in here, is underneath where the coconut hide was at, because it was even closer to the front where you're seeing in the video right now. So We've got 2 more fertile eggs, both of them. I mean, it's a little bit more faint with that donut Cheerio thing in the egg, but they look fertile to me, and it's really, really exciting to see this. Another thing about this that I thought was, I don't know, interesting, I guess, because before, whenever I had a female that laid eggs, she never dug all the way to the bottom of the lay box. They were just kind of suspended in the middle. Well, these 4 eggs were pretty much on the bottom glass, and I have, if I look, good 3.5 inches of substrate in the bottom of this that she dug all the way down to. So good gecko mom, and I'm really, really excited to start hatching some things out. And I do have another video coming with the eggs that I already had that you guys might have seen in that same video that I was mentioning previously. So we will have another video on that, an update on that, but I figured this could be a fun update just talking about my first crested gecko eggs in 8 years. I'm very excited for the future of this, and it's looking like I could potentially have 2 more pairings before the end of this season. If everything goes right, it's possible. We'll see. Stay tuned for the next video talking about, I guess, an unfortunate situation that happened and a really awesome thing that happened. So with that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying following along with my crested gecko journey. And if you are, or you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below. I did make an Instagram page for this YouTube channel, post on it here and there, and hopefully we'll see you here or there, and we'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.